If you're following this page, then you probably know me, and I need no introduction. I am not I'm not here as a content creator because I don't have the tenacity, the consistency. I just enjoy watching the content and laughing, and all that. Um, but what I'm here to do is to share conversations around artificial intelligence and help businesses understand how artificial intelligence can be used in their everyday businesses, and probably spark a connection with someone who is interested in this field, or who is interested in creating something with this field, looking up for collaborations and all that. So yeah, why artificial intelligence? Really, why now? The probable reason I could see, one of the probable reason is that artificial intelligence is changing our lives. It's changing the way we do things, and this is quite important to take notice of, because we are like in a transition phase in the world, you know, wherein we are transitioning from one technology, and that's shaping how we do things. So somebody said artificial intelligence, it's like the new electricity. It's present in everywhere we look at, so everything we do. Um, and yeah, that's a good one. It's a good one for us. But we have to understand some things. And one of it is that Nigeria is way behind in terms of infrastructures for building any generative AI. We don't have the funding, we don't have the infrastructure. However, and this is to Africans at large. However, um, we can implement or apply this technology in our continent in a way like never before. We can win in the application of artificial intelligence in the way we do things, whether it's with agents, whether it's with normal generative AI. You know, we can think of several use cases and apply it to it, and apply artificial intelligence to it. So this is a game of numbers. We have to get as much people on board. I know you probably think artificial intelligence is already saturated. Sorry to burst your bubble, but no. We need more people, whether in developing models, developing agents. We need more people. And this is the reason why it's very important for you to follow the conversation. Very important. But before we go further, let's just look at, before I go there, this video is an introductory video, so expect a number of rambling. We'll probably get better as we move on, but yeah, expect a number of rambling. So, um, let's look at the current trend around the world. What has artificial intelligence been doing? Um, One formidable use of artificial intelligence is that it was recently AI generated video was recently admitted as evidence in court in the US, and it helped the victim of, or the deceased rather, it helped the deceased forgive the his killer, who killed him in a road rage in 2021. And this is a yeah, it's a good way to use it. Feeding it from data of the deceased before he died, helping him to say things that he would have said assuming he was alive. This was a good way to use it. And my condolences, or my condolence um, to the to the deceased family. However, this is a very good use of artificial intelligence. On the flip side, we have the US president who who generated an, an AI image, or who created an AI generated image of him as the Pope in a time when we just experienced the death of the Pope. We have just buried the Pope, and the conclave is just been, trying to elect a new Pope. And so we're in a period where the Catholic are grieving, and sort of, trying to um, move from one period to another. So, and a very respectable man decides to, I would say, mock this process by creating an AI image of him as the Pope. Like, he said his wife finds it funny, and that's why he created it. Well, that's their business, really. But yeah, this is another issue in artificial intelligence that we have to look at. You know, as much as it is good, there is the flip side of it. You know, we have some ethical issues around this line. Take, for example, somebody could literally take this data, this video, and yeah, make me say what I didn't say in another video. But then that's a risk. However, we have seen how it improves businesses. Duolingo, you probably know Duolingo, the language app. It has replaced majority of its contractors. It told them bye bye, replaced them with artificial intelligence. And guess what? It has been able to create more courses than it was able to create when it was hiring human contractors. So, in terms of operational efficiency, artificial intelligence gave it the leap rather. And relative cost, it cut down cost. So, Shopify CEO, is rumored to say that he said you have to justify the non-usage of artificial intelligence. And yeah, you have to justify the non-usage of artificial intelligence. This is different from you have to justify the usage of artificial intelligence, because now what that statement means is that before you tell me you need another person to help you do your job, or you need further instruction or further clarity on your work, you have to justify that you have tried all AI tools and it didn't work. However, that's really crazy. That means in everyday life, in your work, artificial intelligence is like very important. So there are a lot of news. Like, you can I think they are reproducing a movie with artificial intelligence. So content creation, movies, um, businesses, whether it is Duolingo or it is Shopify. Amazon is introducing AI into its shopping experience. ChatGPT is, or OpenAI is looking to introduce shopping experiences for people with for people with paid paid platform, paid feature, who paid for the OpenAI feature, and and all whatnot. So artificial intelligence is like changing everybody's life, and you need to get on board. You really need to get on board. But this conversation that I will be engaging in, it's not really to talk about the buzz. Some say artificial intelligence is a hype. Well, it might be a hype. Like, artificial intelligence could be the hype, just like we read in the .com bubble. It could be the bubble. However, despite the .com bubble, the technology stood with us. We have the internet today. Um, so will artificial intelligence, even if it's a bubble. When the bubble bursts, the technology will remain with us. And so it's better for us to get involved. However, there are some things we need to consider. The ethical issues, um, such as bias, such as, explainability, and or whatnot. The legal issues: who owns the copyright to something you generated with artificial intelligence? These are the issues. Legally speaking, these are the issues. And we also need to look at businesses, application in businesses. So it's going to be focused mainly on businesses, how businesses can apply this, how you can cut down on your cost massively, so and get, improved improved efficiency, and so all industries are not left out in this, or no industry is left out in this um, revolution of artificial intelligence. However, there's something I need to leave you with, is that it's not going to replace you. Um, it's not going to take your job. It's just going to reorganize your priorities. Um, it can be used for both good and bad. It is not a magic wand. So it's a tool that you would have to learn how to use, just like you use the internet. Um, and yeah, you can implement it from start to finish in your business and help you cut costs and generate, um, more profit, and yeah, the conversation will be centered around businesses, legal issues, ethical issues, and whatnot. So yeah, I look forward to having you in subsequent conversations. And yeah, I might not be able to promise a long time, like conversation for a long time, but yeah, we have to start one day at a time. And I'll start with 3 days. If I can on the fourth, I'll move to the fourth. But if I can't, let's see how it goes. Anyway, thank you. Subscribe on YouTube, and if it's Instagram, just click the follow button, and let's have discussions about artificial intelligence and hope to make sense of it. Thank you.